ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Three Wise Guys podcast. Happy New Year. Actually, you guys have already heard from us once this year already.
What was the face you were just making, Delapo?
No, I was just
This is the first time we're addressing people in the new year. That's what
I was just showing people my teeth. I just got it cleaned.
Oh, okay.
I'm very happy.
Oh, yeah, you went to the dentist. How was that? You know,
it was
apparently these teeth are perfect.
Awesome.
Well, not perfect. Like I have an overbite. Like I have sensitive teeth. I've just never had a cavity, and I don't have.
That's
any
pretty
teeth
perfect.
problems.
That makes sense. You don't really eat sweets like that.
Yeah,
Except for
apparently,
cake.
According to Arya, says like that doesn't matter.
No, I never said that.
Okay, sorry.
When did I say that? I was like,
Okay.
sugar.
Okay.
Because you were like, I don't eat candy. And I was like, oh, you eat cake. You know, there's sugar in it. You know what I mean? Like, but like not enough to get a cavity.
I feel like D's diet is like as good as it can be for like I think oral hygiene. Like, you know what I mean? Just like,
and he flosses all the time.
He flosses every night.
He flossed a lot. And I was like,
I think I need to floss more.
No, you don't. You're not an over flosser. You're a regular flosser. I floss every night too. Like,
yeah, but you shouldn't be an over flosser.
All right. Okay. This is
like Will floss like 2 to 3 times a day.
guys.
Anyway,
there's other people.
No, this is entertaining.
Yeah.
People should know how often they should
Right.
floss.
I'm not the one that started the episode with going like,
if you have like clean teeth, the point is for people to enjoy.
Also, okay. I want to talk about my trip, but before I do that, I gotta call out Delapo.
What the fuck did I do?
Because
I like this. I like where this is going.
As we were talking about earlier today,
What the fuck did I do?
and it's been a recurring theme on the podcast. Delapo is a generational sleeper.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently, Delapo went to the club like this weekend, and you were about to fall asleep in the club, which is like probably one of the it might be up there like roller coaster. The club, like that might be like that's a
would
crazy.
fall asleep on a on a roller coaster too. That's the funny thing.
Oh gosh, it can't be a roller coaster with a big drop.
Yeah, but you just like you wake up and
it's just a dream. Like who
Yeah,
cares? You know what I
just a
mean? It's just a
dream.
dream.
No,
Are you afraid of heights?
No, I'm not. But like, I won't say I'm the roller coaster guy. Like, if I go to a roller coaster, I have to. If I go on a roller coaster, like with a big drop, I have to calm myself down, like internally before I go on it.
Oh no, D is falling asleep on the teacups.
Yeah,
like
on
a teacup.
teacup. Yeah, like a teacup.
He likes the teacups
or
too.
Or like like some of those that just go and like spin you around, like like a roller coaster,
Like the anti-gravity one. Like the one that spins you around, and you get stuck to the wall. That's where you can sleep.
Okay, all right, man. We're not doing this. Okay, I fell
that
asleep
makes
at the
sense.
club.
It's like a weighted blanket. You know,
Like I'm not doing this. Okay, like I fell asleep at the club. Yes, I'll never live it down. My girlfriend's laughing at me. Been laughing at me for like almost a week now.
So did you have that context when you sent the video of the guy who fell asleep during his child's birth? Arya,
No. That
wild.
was just like, like this is something D would do.
No, I would do that.
He was asleep. The video was this guy who was asleep, and they were like his baby got born, and so the doctor's like trying to wake him up, and he wasn't waking up. They're like, wake up! He's like, huh? And he looks and he has a baby in his head. He's like,
Tell me that's not the best thing.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Tell me that's not the best. Like you wake up and like your baby's like right there. I don't think my girlfriend will like it much.
I was gonna say like, tell me that's not the best. I was like, ask your girlfriend.
No,
it's not the best.
I can almost guarantee she's not gonna be a fan of that.
Tell me that 20-minute nap was worth it after.
No, there's no way in hell. But the one at the club, definitely worth it.
Okay.
That's impressive because sometimes I do have the urge to just shut down when I'm out. And I just, I'm like, I can't wait to get home. But you're like, I don't care.
I just
I
feel
was
like
just really tired.
If you see a guy like passed out at the club, you're not thinking like he's asleep.
No.
He's tired. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, he drank too much.
You're calling security. You're like,
he might be on
police.
something. Like,
oh god,
he's just tired.
It was a long day, guys. It was a long day. But tell us about your trip.
Yeah, how was Utah?
Yes, Utah. I went to Salt Lake City. First of all, I realized a while ago, I have a terrible memory. But apparently D and I had a whole conversation about this like months ago. But Salt Lake City is like the mecca of the Mormon religion, which I did not really remember because apparently me and D had this conversation before.
I thought we've talked about Mormonism though.
And like Zion, you were there, and I talked about the bank, like Zion's bank.
It's like
Utah was there.
Utah is the capital of like the
It goes to
Mormons.
show you.
Okay,
I was about to ask you too. I was like, are you here to preach? Or are you like, did you learn anything? Did you go to church?
He's definitely here to preach.
So
let me just warn the audience.
So I'm officially a Mormon. I will be taking 48 wives.
Do they actually take 48 wives?
No, like I think Joseph Smith, who was like the original founder of like the Church of Latter-day Saints, he apparently took like 48 wives.
Good for him.
So there's
Good for him.
Like
in the word of
But
my
if a Muslim wants to do it,
see in the
great
word
for him.
I'm kidding.
like anyone that can handle more than one woman at a time with them knowing about each other, good for you.
Well, I was gonna say, in the words of my client, you might not even want one wife. So like, let's
That's
hold,
what I'm
let's
saying.
hold off on 48.
Like it's one thing. Sorry, detour. But it's one thing to have multiple women and like them not know about each other. But it's a whole other thing, and I think a little harder to have multiple women and them all know about each other.
You think it's harder to be in an open polygamous relationship than to
like have 48
have
women?
Have 48 affairs?
No.
that no one's knowing about.
Not
You think
48.
That's easier.
No, not 48. 48 is enough. Like I'm just saying, like
Any
multiple.
number of affairs is difficult to keep.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright,
Must
maybe
be, right?
maybe like I'm sure the break even number there is like 5.
I mean, like
maybe
athletes have rosters. Like
Yeah, but like people know what athletes are up to.
They're not very
so
secretive
not the
about it.
women.
Yeah, the women. Are you kidding me? Like, as a woman, you're first of all, what is the reputation of dating a basketball player?
All right,
Yeah,
fair enough.
definitely,
Okay,
definitely.
guys. Church of Latter-day Saints, Joseph Smith.
Yes.
Preach.
Yeah, I mean, I again, I'm not gonna say much about like the Mormon religion. I will say the Mormon people are very, very nice. I was kind of telling Delapo, I personally thought it was very cool. Like, I grew up in the church. I haven't been a part of organized religion. I'm not a huge fan of organized religion. I still kind of believe in the concept of like God, but like not in like an organized religion sense. Like to me, like what God is just like, I feel like humans, there's like some sort of innate connection that we have with each other. And I feel like what, like to me, like the reason God like kind of like was created as a concept or whatever, this might be super blasphemous. I'm sorry, listeners, if you're like very religious, but
I think we've said way more blasphemous things.
definitely. But like, we're trying to be better here in 2026. And I think like, it's just like humans are
I'm
like,
trying to be better. Maybe not you. Not surprised either.
yeah, he's actually trying to be more discriminatory. I don't know who would ever say that, but
Blasphemy has grown on me.
But like humans seek purpose, right? Like we ask why, and I feel like that's kind of like what leads people towards like the concept of God. And I think it's like the desire to define purpose and find meaning is like kind of God in a way, and like human connection and all of that. Again, already blasphemous enough, but what I will say is I feel like the Mormon people are very kind. Like, I kind of miss that sense of community that you get as a part of a church. Obviously, part of that requires you to believe some interesting stories. And it's easier to believe stories if they happened, many, many, many years ago. I will say some of the things I read into in the Mormon religion, I won't comment on it on this podcast, but a little hard for me to believe. And it only happened 200 years ago. So a bit tough, you know what I mean? But what's undeniable is the sense of community, right? Like, they were talking about like these clients, like, they expand internationally and how like, we were just asking them, we were like, oh, like, how do you handle this? Like, it's hard for people to run events. It's hard for people to do this in the first place. And they were kind of talking about, well, it's kind of like they have a pocket community almost anywhere they go in the world. So you go to a Germany or you go to a Taiwan or you go to a Italy, and it's like, they will have a Church of Latter-day Saints with people who have similar beliefs of you, who kind of immediately buy into you because you have a similar belief system. And also, I didn't know this, but a part of the Mormon religion is this idea of self-reliance and entrepreneurship. So like they actually, like, it is a part of the religion to really like try and be successful, basically, right? So I don't know. I thought that part was very cool. They're very, very nice people. And I'll also say this, Salt Lake City, really beautiful women.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I was, yeah.
I was not expecting that.
And I didn't know this, but apparently in Utah is the highest level of plastic surgery in the States per capita.
Let's
per
fucking
capita.
go.
And I didn't know this, but like apparently the reason is because there's a big thing of like keeping up with appearances in the church. Cause it's like the guy is like, trying to bring in like, a lot of money. And then so there's like there's a whole thing there. Again, this is what my clients told me. I can't say if it's true or not, but I will say.
Explain. So like,
keeping with appearances, you know, like over time. Like imagine this, like in your community, like most of the women are like most of the older women are getting Botox, right? Like let's say that's the case. That you're kind of like, if you don't, you're gonna start to like look a little different, right? Like over the years, because everyone else is doing it. So you're kind of like now almost shoestrained into that like funnel,
like
right?
social pressure.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like LA in a different sense. It's like they're maintaining appearances, but like two kind of different.
I think also another part of that too is like Utah is generally like known as like a wealthier state. Like the individuals who live there are generally wealthier than other places in the States, and they have the disposable income to spend on plastic surgery.
Yeah. Also, it is like, I didn't know this too, but like Utah has a little bit of a dark history in the sense of like there was actually like once upon a time, and again, this is according to my clients, I did not fact check this, but there was like a kill order from the government towards Mormons. So they like migrated to Utah basically to escape like the persecution, and that's why like in Utah there's a huge emphasis on stuff like stand your ground laws and like gun protection.
So they
and
got
stuff
guns
like
there, right?
Oh, every single they were talking. He was like, I hope I never have to use this, but I gotta. Yeah,
God forbid.
He just kept like telling me, he's like, Luke, like don't get a handgun. He's like, it's not the movies.
Get a shotgun.
No, that's what he said. He's like, it's not the movies. A guy comes in, like, let's say he really wants to harm you, like, God forbid. Really, you're gonna like line it up? Like, he's like, no, you stand in a hallway, you have your shotgun, and you're good. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
that's good advice.
If I'm in that scenario, I will take that advice. But yeah, cool. And the last thing I'll say about
What was
Utah,
the architecture?
Sorry?
Oh, how was the architecture?
Actually, very nice. Very nice. The churches were quite beautiful, but even the Salt Lake City airport, a very nice airport. I was very surprised because the Denver airport I didn't think was like that nice looking. It was like a grand airport. It was very big. You know what I mean? But I didn't think like the Denver airport was like very nice looking. Like the Salt Lake City airport had really cool designs. They told me they renovated it recently, so that might be why. But it was really cool. Like there was this one section where you kind of walk out of there to go to like the parking and the bag check, and there was like all this like really cool like patterns on the thing, and then they had like also really cool music selection. Like they were playing like Mobb Deep and like Biggie like at the like I don't know. I've never heard that at an airport personally.
Wow,
it was
an
airport.
Yeah, it was very it was quite a beautiful city.
There was like I think the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City were really big, and I think they invested a lot in the infrastructure of the city.
Yeah. And
I think that modernized them in a big way and gave them a lot of baseline infrastructure.
And apparently they're hosting again in 2036.
Whew, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so the signs were already up in the airport. And last thing I'll say about Utah, strictest like no gambling's allowed, strictest alcohol laws in the entire states.
So like in Canada.
Yeah, you can only get alcohol at like licensed stores.
There's a couple things. So for example, at a restaurant, you are not allowed to purchase just a drink. You have to have a drink with food. No one under 21 is allowed at a bar. Like you can't bring your kids, even if it's like supervised. I
like that.
There were, but like otherwise, it's the States. Like when we got in, like my partners were like worried because like I think we got in the first day at like 11, and they wanted to go to like a convenience store to grab beer, and they were like, "Oh no, like they're not gonna sell it to us." And I'm like, "Dude, this is America. Like I don't think this is gonna be an issue." And like, yeah, there was obviously no issue, right?
Yeah, it's fucking America.
Also, this was the first time I've ever seen this. In that parking lot, there was a giant machine, and apparently this is a private company out of Utah. And when we got out of a car, it had like a lot of cameras, and it would like this on a loudspeaker. It just played, "Attention! This parking lot is being monitored for your safety." Like this parking lot is being recorded and monitored. And we were kind of joking around and like, great, now when we get stabbed, like it's gonna be on HD. You know what I mean? But like, I've never seen that. It scared me a little bit. I was like, what?
That's the good. It scared you. You're like someone's watching you.
Yeah, it's but yeah, Utah, cool. America, just so much personality, man. Like you go to a Salt Lake and it's like it's nothing like New York. It's nothing like anywhere else that you go, and it's like it's also a place in America. So.
Yeah.
So did you go to Park City?
We did. There was no snow. It was kind of crazy. We went in. So sunshine. I'm forgetting the film festival.
Sundance.
Oh, sunshine. Jesus,
I was like, were you talking about a ski resort or what here?
Sundance. This is the last year they're hosting it at Park City because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
And they were saying that the founder died like just 6 months ago, right? And it's kind of sad that, he didn't get to see the last one, but it's kind of funny because this guy was apparently pushing the festival team like to buy property in Park City. And they were all like, oh, like, why would we buy property? We're a film festival, not a real estate company.
Keep it asset light.
And then it's like, if they did, like, at the start of Sundance, man, like...
I mean, what if they go somewhere and it's a lot cheaper and they're getting a bunch of, like, tax credits and stuff to do it there?
Yeah, real estate would make sense if you're going to, like, plant it and, against all odds, like, stay there.
If Utah wanted them that bad, they would have made it very attractive for them.
I think they have too many variable costs to reliably, like, spend a lot of money on one piece of property and stay there. Like, just as like a film festival. But it's interesting. Yeah, like property in Utah is really expensive. You guys ever watched Mountainhead?
Nope.
That movie with like Steve Carell. It's about like these 4 billionaires. It's like loosely based on like Elon Musk and Sam Altman and
it's pretty new.
It's new. Yeah.
Where did you watch it?
I watched it on Netflix, I think, or like Amazon Prime. I was in DC when I watched it.
Okay, no, I remember like when it came out, like people making fun of it.
It's a pretty good movie. It's like it's like satire mixed with like
it's like a parody.
It's like a parody satire. Yeah, they're basically making fun of like the biggest billionaires in the world right now, right? And anyways, they have this like they all go to the ski trip in Utah. Crazy mansion that they all go and stay in, and then that mansion went for sale this year, and it was listed I think at like $40 or $50 million, and it was like at the top of a mountain, like you can oversee everything. But like, and then I went through Google, I was looking, I was like, that entire street is just mansions, like minimum $20 million.
So I think that like that is actually like even like a thing in the Mormon religion where it's like the higher you live, the higher your like status. So
wait,
it's
what
like,
do you mean, like the higher you
like
live?
the higher you go up on the mountain, the more expensive the
live.
houses are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it's like it's a representation of status to literally just live above. You know what I mean?
I saw 2 houses listed at $60 and $70 million.
Yeah.
In Park City.
If you saw some of
$60 million,
dude, when we were in Park City,
off
like
a cliff with land.
Yeah, you look over to like the mountain range, and it's like these giant properties that honestly look out of place there. They look like they belong in like Beverly Hills. Like they're huge, modern, like complexes.
Dr. Evil headquarters style.
Straight up, like Tony Stark
crazy.
headquarters, looking like buildings. Like so, I'm like, yeah, those are. And then in Park City, there were these like tiny bungalows, like imagine our house, but like just the first floor and the basement. They were going for like 1.2 mil USD. Like it was crazy, man. Like that spot specifically is so expensive, and it's just like
why? Like what? Like is it like? Do they have the amenities? Like are the restaurants insane?
People just like Park City. People go to Park City. Like rich people go there.
There's a network there as well, right? Like it's a network effect as part of it. You know,
there's a Berkshire Hathaway in Park City.
Yeah,
that's the first ever physical Berkshire Hathaway I've ever seen in my life. Like,
Drew, I've never seen one either.
Yeah,
right. Like, and it was nestled on top of a bar.
Really?
Yeah, in Park City. It was But yeah, anyway,
Park City is the place all the rich people go to for their ski trips and everything like that.
Popular demonstration from California.
And I think it's because it's also so close to like Salt Lake, major airport, major city type vibes. It's very, very convenient. It's not like, like Jackson Hole, Wyoming. A lot of rich people have property, but it's not really close to anything. Like what's in Wyoming? You know what I mean? But like Salt Lake is a pretty significant city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing I'll say about Utah is I didn't know this, but it's also one of the sunniest states. Like it gets like the sunsets and sunrises are so intense, but yeah, well, cool spot. Would recommend visiting if you guys like, if it's convenient for you guys.
Sounds like I
want to go. I want to go to Park City really bad.
It sounds like I know Moneybags over here has got the money, but
I don't have money to buy a house in Park City.
No, you got a lot of money, dude.
I have some family that like goes there.
Like I said,
and
right?
Then they do. Yeah, like and they've actually invited all 3 of us. By the way,
wait. So just to confirm, like they live in Park City or they live in Salt Lake?
Like no, like the because I'm not naming names.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But like the person who lives there lives in Park City.
Wow. Oh man,
it's kind of crazy.
That's something.
And that's when I started like reading about Park City. I was like, "What's going on here?"
The stores in there, like just as a joke, like because I was like telling them, they were like, I was like, oh, I'd get like cowboy boots and like a cowboy hat. There was a store that sold them, and they were like, oh, let's just go check it out. $5,000 cowboy boots to start. $5,000, bro, USD. I was like, what? You know, like the little like
Bolo ties.
bolo ties, like the bolo ties were going for like 15 like K, like some of them like
Oh,
it
the
was
diamond
crazy.
encrusted ones. and
Yeah, they were
stuff.
like jeweled out and stuff.
Yeah, but it's
like,
also probably like real leather from a specific type
The
of
leather's
cow.
not what
Yeah.
you're paying $15,000.
it's like white gold,
It's like pure
like-
gold, like probably like 24 karat, like
Yeah.
studded with
What the
diamonds.
dude, insane.
Well,
But yeah,
any snow that you missed in Utah, you got it here today.
we did, yeah.
Today is January 15th when we're recording this, and the nightfall came, dumped a bunch of snow, left it. I think, when was the last time the Toronto School Board had a snow day?
I don't remember.
We
man.
haven't been in school in forever, so
No, I'm not. Thank you.
can we
Yeah.
Google it?
We can Google it, yeah.
What? Yeah,
I thought you were saying like, oh, we're not in school. Who cares? I thought you were gonna give me a who
I
cares.
was like, how are we gonna know?
I don't know. Well, you remember last year we were talking about this today. There was a massive snowstorm on
Yeah.
Family Day last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
And
school
I
still
don't
went on.
think the school board closed. I didn't hear
Yeah.
about the school board. I heard buses closed that day, and that was it.
Mm.
That was the same day that there was did not cancel all classes of snow between 2011 and 2019.
No, it's 2019.
was February 12th, 2019.
Yeah.
2019 was the
2019.
last time. Jeez, and you remember you were talking about the
I was
snow,
talking
that
about
was the
that
snow
was
season.
that was the same
That
winter.
was the year that
yeah,
you've
that
always
was
been talking about.
2018. Yeah, that was the
29
year.
and
Yes.
winter 2018
Going into 2019.
When
He always talks about this huge snowstorm that this was the year that I bought a car as well because
Yeah.
of that. Like we always, it makes sense. It's
Yeah.
lining up.
So, I remember. This is
Yeah.
when I lived by myself, right? Like
No,
in
I don't
Sandy
think you
Hill.
lived by yourself. Like
this was second year.
This was second year. You lived in Alta Vista. This was the year you moved to Alta Vista. Your first winter in Alta Vista, because this was my first winter in Nelson, right? And
I don't remember the storm then.
well, so I remember it because I was going to go see my cousin, who you all know,
Yeah.
right? And I was going to the U.S. and I had an exam, and I lived on Nelson Street.
Yeah,
in
you
Ottawa.
wrote your exam and then
Yeah, and then I was trying to get on the bus because I was so broke. Like I was taking the bus to the airport.
Hey, what do you mean? We had we paid for that pass, man. Like
We did pay for that pass, but like I was going
the,
from
the pass that we got as students.
yeah.
No, you could opt out of
You
it
could
in
opt
very
out of
rare
it.
places,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
you did pay for it. It
Okay,
was like
guys,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
yeah.
I was just saying I was broke. I was taking the bus to the airport.
Yeah.
So I was walking from, I don't know if you remember where Nelson Street is.
Yeah.
To like the bus station opposite Minto.
Yeah, not a far
Like
walk.
not at all. It's like
Yeah.
3 minutes. And I was just telling Arya, like that walk is plastered in my memory because it has to be one of the most difficult walks I've ever done because I had a suitcase and a backpack and maneuvering
Oh.
the suitcase between Nelson and that like Minto was one of the hardest things I've ever gone through because of how much
just
snow.
dragging his
like,
suitcase
through
behind him
the
in
snow?
Yeah, leaving tracks in the snow.
Oh,
behind
dude,
him.
Dude, I was dragging snow with
He was
me.
plowing the streets.
I was basically,
Yeah, plowing the streets.
basically plowing the streets with my suitcase, like in the middle of winter in Ottawa, like December 19th or 21st. Anyways, but yeah, that was the
That was
snowstorm.
that was the same year. So
Yeah.
that was the last time. Last year, I think we had a snowfall, probably even worse than that, because last year was the year that a plane flipped over. This is
This is the lot was like suitcase
Oh my
Post that
god.
picture, Luke. Save it. Last year was a plane that flipped over. So
Yeah.
much happened.
Yeah,
I
that was
remember
pretty
I
wild.
couldn't even I had spent 2 hours trying to uncover my car when I had gotten back from Mexico because the whole thing
really?
happened while
I
I was
remember
in
that
Mexico,
snowfall,
and I
yeah.
came back and I was like, well, shit,
Yeah.
I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
This
They came
year,
back like the day before the plane flipped over.
the day before the plane flipped, but the snowstorm had happened
Yeah,
already. Yeah.
yeah.
So, anyways, we got a huge snowstorm today. I'll give you some stats. So, OPB said there were 200 highway crashes in like the GTA area, like spanning the GTA area.
The
100
DVP closed, right?
The DVP closed for
400
several
closed.
hours this morning. 125 of those 200 were cars stuck in ditch calls. It's crazy. OPP was describing cars as pinballing into barriers. Like they would go bing, bang, boom, slide all over the place. It was crazy. Line 6 on the TTC like suspended.
Line 6 just came online though.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah,
it's the LRT one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Finch West LRT.
Oh, that was.
Anyways,
Right?
Pearson.
Like that eye roll that Luke just did.
These are just I'm reading. Pearson Airport, 165 flight delays, 101 cancellations.
How many inches of snow did we get, please?
That I don't know. Yeah,
Dude, I probably just like I was probably one of the last planes that landed that didn't have to get canceled. I literally landed last night at 10:30.
Yeah,
and the snow already started.
The snow was going. Like my Uber driver was struggling. Like he would straight up try to like sometimes like stop at like a light, and he'd be doing the the big, and then he'd.
He's locking up.
Near the not the intersection, not but like the one right after it. He
I was waiting to see if he would do it, and he did do it. You did do it. It's not good.
It was 34 minutes. Oh
yeah.
I was waiting. I was like, is he gonna say anything? And he did. And me and Arya instantly looked at each other. We'll continue. We'll edit.
No, he tried to stop and he literally slid into the middle of the intersection, bro. I was like, what is going on? But
yeah. No, it's incredible. Yeah, can you help search this amount of stuff? I was saying too, like, it's so funny. I have like these super clear memories of insane snowfall. So I told you guys about the one with me and luggage struggling. Yep. And then there was also when I was living in a townhouse basement in downtown Toronto. And I remember that was 2022. Yeah, winter 2022. This is in January. And I remember opening the door to my house and the snow was up to like my knees. Like, because it was also a basement, right? And I was like, there's no way I'm getting out of my house. And back then I was going to work every day.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, there's no way. I remember taking a picture and putting it on my team's group chat, telling like my team, like, guys, like, yeah, I'm not making it in today. Like, I can't, like, like, I'm probably not coming, like, for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
I can't maneuver. And, like, I remember I did order food, though. So shout out to the Uber guy that made it.
How much you tip him?
Yeah. Delapo, who is making, like, like a livable wage salary in Toronto, cannot make it to work. This other guy, like, surviving off, like, the crumbs, is making sure he gets his food.
Hey, man, he was hustling harder than me, so I give that to him.
I'm fucking dead, man.
Today, when I did order food, I did tip nice, though.
That's crazy, eh? 12, like it's saying here, about 20 to 35 centimeters, 8 to 14 inches.
Wow.
Bro, we should bring our boards and go to High Park.
I was telling Arya, I was like, yo, like, I think, like, if we had a sled, like, just on our street.
Oh, that'd be sick, actually.
Yeah. We could tie it to the back of my car and I could drive you guys around.
Then that's how I will die before
guys, I'm not doing that. Yeah. It's pretty wild, man. There's a lot of snow, but... Hey, welcome to the north.
Sorry, I know we have other stuff to talk about, but just on the topic of snow, I remember so clearly, like in third year, it snowed really heavily one time, and I'm trying to get into my parking lot. I don't know if I told you this. I don't think Arya knows this, but like I was trying to get into my parking lot, and I kept getting stuck, So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna reverse and then like really gas it, right? So I start reversing, and then I see a Lexus like coming. And I try to press my brake and my car is just sliding. Holy. And I'm like trying to press it. And to be honest, there was no way that Lexus could have seen me because the parking lot I was kind of at in Sandy Hill. Like it was so like narrow. There was cars like parked like in the opening of the area. So he wouldn't have seen me. Basically, I come out and I clip him on his driver's side door. Like not fast, but like I was like, I'm fucked. And the guy comes out and like we're talking. A super nice guy, actually. He's like, dude, like, what, dude? He's at first he was really, really angry, and I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm trying to get in, I can't get in. Like, I was trying to back out, but I push it, and then my car slid, and then he was like, what? He was like, man, like, he was pretty pissed, but then like he was looking at the side door. We exchanged information, and I had insurance, but for some reason at that time, I just thought like my insurance going up would be the worst thing ever. So like I was just like, dude, like, man, like I think he was like, I'm gonna go get a quote and I'll get back to you. And he was like, it's crazy saying these numbers now because like they're not really a huge deal now, but he was like, it was like $2,000 or something like that for his driver's side door.
That's a crazy
I
repair.
was gonna say, like,
How much did you damage the side
who
of his
says
car?
2K
No, because
is
it's like
not
it was because it was like a newer Lexus, so it's like you know one of those things where like if you hit like an older car, they could probably just like get like a part of the door and replace it, but like a lot of the newer cars,
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
all attached.
yeah,
It's
everything's
all one big
attached,
piece.
so they have to basically fucking get like a whole new panel or a whole new door. Like that was like one of those, and then basically, and I was telling the truth, I was like, dude, I have $600 in my bank account. You can have that. Otherwise, we have to go through insurance, and let me be like, I'm like, if we go through insurance, I probably can't keep my car anymore. And then he was like, okay. And then he was like, let me go ask like a different mechanic. And then he came back and then he was like, okay, like I got the price down to like $1,200. Is $600 really all you have? And I was like, I will send you a screenshot of my bank account right now. And then he was
Can we
like,
get on a payment plan?
I needed a firm back there for sure. And yeah, he was nice about it. I think he only asked me to pay like $500, so he let me keep $100. Shout out you, if you're out there. Yeah, if for some reason you recognize
That's a
me,
good man.
you know, and yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I would do for you now.
Yeah, nothing.
You pay him the rest of the next $700 that you owe.
Let's not go that far. Let's not be crazy here, okay?
Oh boy!
Even,
All right.
even you saying like $2,000 right now doesn't sound that crazy. Sounds crazy to me.
No, it is still crazy, but it's like you could do it. Like,
Oh, you can? I can't. I'm still
no,
broke.
D, don't be like
you
yeah,
guys,
you can.
You guys subscribe.
You would say you would sell some
Subscribe.
stock or
So,
whatever
okay,
it is, and
you
pay
would
it.
think.
Why do you think
you
I
would
would do
think-
that? You would do that. I wouldn't do that.
No, if you owed
If you
$2,000,
owed the
what
money,
choice do you
You
have?
don't have a choice. Yeah.
I'll tell them suck my dick.
All right.
Okay, so that's a different thing. That's just like your.
No, he's
that's a
having fun.
philosophy.
He's
there.
having fun.
That's a philosophy. But you know, all I'm gonna say is, you would think from the way Delapo talks about his money that like he works at McDonald's. He
Who told
is.
you I don't?
It would be like he is the Uber driver that dropped off the
Who
food.
told you? I'm a black guy with dreads. Like, you don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I could be like working McDonald's.
No, but
and
you've
Uber.
given advice on being an AE on this podcast. Who are you fooling?
I don't know what you're talking about. I be doing door-to-door sales.
Okay.
I saw a dude from Cam H the other day.
All I'm saying is door to door is apparently an $8 billion industry in Utah. So you can't say that doesn't make
Yeah,
you a lot of money.
when every door you open has a net worth of $4 million, I would assume so.
That's
God.
fair.
God.
Okay.
But yeah, like I guess speaking of trips, some of my colleagues were in New York. Honestly, I could have gone to New York, but like I had so much shit going on in Toronto where I was like, dude, like I'm sorry. Like if it was like any other month, I would go, but not this month.
I want to go to this next year. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do my best to make sure I go to
Yeah,
this
like I
next
booked
year.
a couple meetings and
Yeah.
like I could I was like, dude, like I have much like that's like a potential and I have like real like stuff going on that I could do. But all this to say there's like I don't know, what's it, National Retail something? What is
National Retail Federation. or
it? Okay,
something like that?
National Retail Federation, NRF. It's like a big conference out in New York.
It's basically the biggest like retailer convention in North America.
Okay, makes sense.
I'm pretty sure. Like every year, it's like like Sundar Pichai was there. He gave an address. You know what I mean? Like people like him.
That's
don't
my
just-
goat for real.
People like him don't just speak at anything. You know what I mean?
that's very
And there was like it was even crazier people than him. I think there as well.
I don't think you're saying.
I mean,
crazy.
dude,
No,
that
crazier than
guy's
Sundar
pretty up
Pichai.
there, man.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy's pretty
yeah,
up
like-
there.
Okay.
Like how many? Like you can count the.
was the CEO of
business-
Walmart there?
I don't know. You can count the
Like
business leaders.
Elon's bigger than him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
right.
Bezos
Jensen
is bigger
Wang,
than him.
yeah.
In terms of
Jensen
net worth?
Wang.
No, just
A
like
lot of
in
people-
terms of
Influence.
influence.
Influence, yeah,
Like
yeah,
he
that's
controls
fine. Yeah,
a $4 trillion company.
No, I'm with that. Yeah. No, he's-
like it's not many
Like
$4 trillion.
Zuckerberg probably too.
Anyways, so NRF happened. When was that? Like last week.
Yeah.
Funny enough, pretty weird. It started on Saturday. It was like Saturday to Tuesday, which was like pretty weird. Yeah.
I usually don't see that. It's always during the week.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty weird. It was like Saturday to Tuesday, which I was
is-
like, what the fuck does conferences like that?
Well,
But
when I went to North Carolina, it was a Friday to Monday conference.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like I hated my life.
yeah. So you did.
I did.
work on
I went
Saturday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then I flew Monday afternoon.
Yeah, like Americans, man.
Yeah.
Like clearly, like no respect for the
No
weekends
respect.
and days of the week.
Like let me watch football.
Yeah.
I was watching football in the motel.
Oh yeah.
I would go home and I would watch football.
Yeah. So yeah, NRF happened, and like it was pretty cool. I mean, I won't lie, I'm not big on retail, but I was trying to talk to some retail brands, which I got to talk to like one or two. I guess I got to talk to about two, which is fine. But
Just like
I
through
think,
your colleagues, or
yeah. Like speaking with people like before they went, and I was like, hey, can you meet my
Connect to
colleague?
me,
Yeah. And I think more important was just kind of like the takeaways that the team had from NRF and that they shared. And like I'm not big on retail, but like you and Arya, like Luke and Arya, you guys are, Luke is Mr. Influence marketer, fuck with our brains. And then Arya is,
Without saying too much, like retail is a big part of my job.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
Arya is Mr. Get people in debt and like make them feel good about it. So
Do it better than other people.
so both of them are really, and like you guys both work with a lot of retailers.
Yeah.
I'm starting to work with retailers, even though they're pretty annoying. But like I'm looking to get more involved with them. We'll see what 2026 holds. But yeah, so I shared some of the insights with Arya, and I know like he found a decent amount of them pretty interesting. So yeah, take it from here, buddy.
Sure, yeah. I mean, like your breakdown was very, very helpful. But more importantly, I think what we wanted to do is talk about what is like good technology
I totally
and bad
missed
technology,
that.
and that's fine. No problem. We
totally
can
fucked it.
start here because to give everybody context, it was like an interesting video that we had seen.
True.
That kind of talked about what is like good technology and what is bad technology, and maybe we can even watch that after. But to kind of go over what happened, and the most interesting takeaway from NRF here is what's happening with agentic commerce.
Yep.
Which is apparently going to be one of the biggest talking points, one of the hottest things of 2026. Because we've talked about like AI as an industry growing, but I don't know if you guys remember this, but like e-commerce is still going to be by far the largest
biggest.
sector
For growth.
of the economy.
Yeah.
Like over the next several decades.
Yeah,
And it's not
absolutely.
even close.
Yeah, I remember
It's
seeing
not
that.
even freaking
Absolutely.
close. So it's pretty cool to see a marriage of the two biggest growth sectors in the world kind of like coming together in 2026. It's going to be a big year revenue wise for a lot of people, is my guess.
Yep.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
This is where AI is gonna start showing some revenue.
It's gonna beef up. Like a lot of the e-commerce projection that made it so big over the next several decades was calculating in and assuming AI was going to be a part of it at some point.
Yeah.
So we're going to start seeing some of that realized. You know what I
So
mean? Or like the early
That's why I
beginnings
think
of it.
Meta and Google they're both poised to get big. I think Meta's already getting decent gains from AI. But anyways, continue. I digress.
Before we kind of like go continue, like, do you want to kind of define what agentic e-commerce like is like broadly?
Yeah, agentic e-commerce is basically commerce online is the ability to buy things.
Yep.
Right? Whether it's B2B, whether it's B2C, whatever it is the ability to buy things. And right now we know commerce digitally as e-commerce. Just on the internet, you go to a website, you can buy things online.
It's a self-led.
You can make payments online. Like it's the marketplace that exists online. And up until like now there's pilots, and I'll talk about who's piloting. We haven't had it in like AI browsers and LLMs and things like that, which is the human, like the end user interface that everybody knows AI to be, right? So it's taking business conversations out of the way, right?
Yeah.
You have something to add to
I was
that?
gonna say, let me add, if were you done?
No, you can add to that.
I was gonna say, to add to that, I think at least for me as someone not in the industry, like just speaking to like agentic commerce, I think I've seen shopping, because we're saying commerce and e-commerce, it's really just fucking shopping. It's like buying shit. Okay. I've seen shopping and e-commerce evolve from in store, okay, one, to like online, like okay, like everybody's shopping online. And I think in the last 2 to 3 years, it's evolved to on Instagram, like you can now click like on a picture and it'll just bring the cart. And I think Instagram has recently allowed you to start doing checkout, right? on?
Oh,
It's
like
been
a
a while.
while.
Okay,
It's been a while.
sorry, yes. Like I said-
Instagram store has been out for a while.
Like
Okay.
5
The
plus
name of
years
the
for
by
sure,
the way,
yeah.
the name of the game with e-commerce is remove friction.
Remove friction.
That is what you're optimizing for every year.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk through the evolution to tee up into the agentic commerce and then hand it over to you. So it's gone from in store to go on a website to on your social media on Instagram. It's recently moved to TikTok, and I think this agentic it's moving into the chat, like your chatbot with ChatGPT. So I feel like that's kind of what I wanted to add to what you said.
Absolutely.
I think the only thing I wanted to kind of add from my perspective is just to kind of define this a little bit more clearly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is what is really important here is the technology that enables these things. Why did e-commerce like grow so much in the last 10 years? Is because in the past, if you wanted to sell something online, you needed to build a dedicated product database on the back end of your website. If you wanted to ship, you needed to build API connectors to different shippers, or you'd have to do it manually and like track it in a spreadsheet. It was really hard to create an e-commerce store, right? It was things like Magento was the very first one that started to enable this. Then it was WooCommerce. And then with Shopify was the big introduction. You were able to really start to hone in on e-commerce. And what you were saying earlier, reduce friction. That's what Shopify's name of game is, right? What is like the number one reason to use Shopify? Shop Pay. If you are on, anytime you buy anything from any Shopify website, now you have this automatic account where anytime you go on any other website that is now built on Shopify, all your information gets ported in instantly. It's frictionless. You don't need to fill out your credit card. You don't need to fill out your address, any of that stuff, right? So it's that like frictionless enablement. And then to me, the agentic shopping experience is basically new technologies that are being created to now enable shopping within the chat. So that could be, and I'm sure you're going to get into this, but that could be code that you could embed onto your websites that then allow chat to get the specific parameters on your products, understand the descriptions of your products super precisely, match that with your consumer profile so that when you ask it something like, help me find a bicycle, like it'll do that. And I think that just to like, and the last thing I'll say is to me, this is one step above because as we know, Shopify announced their partnership with OpenAI like a while ago, right? Like a couple months ago. This is a little bit different to me though, because this is the open source version of that. It's kind of like enabling anyone to be able to kind of access this, whereas that one was more so like a dedicated partnership. So I'm very interested in seeing like how this rolls out this year.
Yeah, no, everything you said is correct. So the set of code that you're talking about is the Commerce Protocol. So
Okay.
OpenAI in September came out with Agentic Commerce Protocol, ACP, and that's what they talked about at NRF. And this is like them with Stripe doing it. So Stripe, by the way, incredible company, incredible company. Just has their hands
In everything.
everywhere that payments is, and it's really impressive, honestly.
Kind of like modern day like PayPal or like modern day like
they're
They've
just
gone
such a
past
juggernaut.
PayPal.
Yeah, like they're just such a juggernaut, and like anything in payments that you can think of, they have touched, which is pretty insane. So anyways, they did instant checkout with Stripe and built it on Agentic Commerce Protocol. So what NRF was it was like a Google conference essentially is what it ended up being is what it looks like, because Google stole the show and they came out and they responded to it with Universal Commerce Protocol, which is their own language. Who did they build that on? Who did they build the payment with?
It was Walmart. I think
With
Walmart.
Walmart, yeah. I mean, I think Stripe is
No, so sorry. Yeah, like Google's is open source.
Google's is open, and OpenAI's is not. That's the thing, right?
like is OpenAI is still attached to like the Stripe Shopify partnership, I guess, or is it
like
more so?
Stripe is the only payment processor that can operate on the
OpenAI.
ACP rail.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's it. So that's what that means, and then UCP will allow
Anyone.
any of them. They're like Arya can come and do it if they wanted to, right?
Stripe could probably also
Stripe will also do that, and yeah, I mean, like for example, Shopify is going to be tagging on to like UCP as well, and as you know, Shop Pay is Stripe, so the tech is going to be there. Crazy again, like just Stripe
gets dangerous, man.
So Shop Pay is Stripe. You don't know what is what. So basically, the way that you can kind of look at it is on the OpenAI side, the early adopters have been Urban Outfitters, Anthropology, Etsy, Coach, Kate Spade, Ashley Furniture, and then on the Google side, you're looking at Walmart, Target, Shopify has been mentioned as this because I guess it's more of a direct integration. and what
Let's
was
see
it?
again.
Etsy again and Wayfair, and then they've gone endorsements from Home Depot, Best Buy, Macy's, MasterCard,
those are-
and Visa.
That's a pretty sexy collection of companies.
Google's
fucking Google,
crazy.
dude.
Yeah. But it's all
Walmart
early
alone.
days. It's all early. Right now, you actually can't reliably shop on chat, right? Like,
No.
it's just not possible right now. Well, I mean, sure, for simple things, maybe.
You still
right?
have
But
to self-check out.
you have to sell
for sure.
Well, no, the pilot that's happening on ChatGPT
It's
with
instant.
the Urban Outfitters, Anthropology, Etsy, Coach, Kate Spade.
Really?
They're piloting instant checkout.
So I
in
haven't seen that
ChatGPT.
yet, but
Also,
that's
it's
cool.
not going to be available in every geo. So most likely, it's not available.
Definitely
in
not
Canada.
available in Canada. We can guarantee
So
that.
that's why you haven't seen it. 'Cause
We can
all these
guarantee
features
that.
will come to the US,
Okay.
and
First.
then they'll go probably, I don't know, to the UK.
I should have
you know.
tried it when I was in the US if I knew, man.
Well, no, you need like an American credit card. You need an American billing address. Like you can't just go to America and use it
Because it's
right?
like it's attached to like the payment profile as well.
Exactly. That's what e-commerce is. It's like who is the shopper, not where they are, right? Anyways, I don't want to like get too into the weeds of like what happened in NRF. That is like the main thing here. I mean, we can talk about the Google Walmart partnership, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I feel like talking about that, like the use case, because what people care about is how does this affect us?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So like in practice, for example, what would happen in this like UCP realm is like a consumer would ask Gemini, help me plan a Super Bowl party for 20 people. And the AI would build a complete shopping list with Walmart products, including snacks, drinks, plates, decorations, and will all be purchased and scheduled for delivery
Buy Super
or
Bowl.
pickup all within the conversation.
Wow.
You don't leave the conversation once. It has your payment saved, it has your permission set, and you're good to go at that point. It runs
So
on
insane.
It's
Yeah.
just is crazy. This is not actually
Ooh.
as far away as we think it
No,
is.
this
You know
might
why?
happen
This,
No.
this is
before
like
the end
a
of the
what
year.
next 12 months kind
Yeah.
of situation.
This is all about execution, man.
yes,
And
exactly.
I know like before the pod we were kind of talking about like, well, would we actually trust AI to buy our groceries? And I'll
I
tell you
would.
this, we will, and not only will we will prefer it.
I was saying
And
I would.
This is
Yeah.
the reason. Like, how many times has this happened when you're like, we're at a cottage? No, just think about this, right? We're at a cottage and we're like, hey, can you guys go get like some sodas or whatever? And then they come back with like, we're like, can you guys go get some snacks? And then they come back with the snacks, and what, like maybe 5 out of the 10 people like the snacks there.
Mm.
With conceptual contexting with your ChatGPT, like you will do this prompt, and I will do this prompt, and Arya will do this prompt. Completely different shopping lists.
list. Yeah.
Yours might have like 3 rotisserie chickens. Like Arya's would have like,
Pepperoni
Diet Coke
sticks.
in it, and like like pepperoni sticks, And then it's like one of those
What would
things where
yours
like
have, Luke?
I don't know, like
Is
a
it
lot of
Asian
sweets,
Spinach.
Asian snacks. Spinach.
lots of sweets
Vegetables,
probably.
vegetables.
Yeah, it'll have vegetable. It'll be like spinach,
waffle has- it's
spring
con-
onion.
Do you think you would be better at picking vegetables or ChatGPT?
Well,
The agent or the Asian?
if it gets to a point where like like
God.
you got video technology in grocery stores, you know what I mean? That like look at the thing and then they pick it. Then
Well,
it's
yeah, why
over,
not?
for sure.
Because like I was gonna mention this as well. The takeaway of the notable strategic choice here, which I thought was super interesting. So
Yeah.
Amazon has completely blocked AI crawlers from their catalogs online.
I've seen
So
that, yeah.
that's 600 million listings, and that's not available. So they are not participating in this right now. But I thought that would be funny because Amazon owns Whole Foods, right? So that concept of your groceries are going to be now stored not at a grocery store, but in an Amazon warehouse that is maybe 12,000 square feet, right?
Dude,
and
Amazon might be the killer
aisles,
for this.
you have lines. You say, hey, I want like this fruit, that it'll go pick the best ones. It'll put it in your cart and ship it off to you with a drone right
Like,
at your house.
Dude, I already do like my toiletries on Amazon. Like
Yeah.
you guys are like, oh, I get the most packages. I'm like, dude, I'm not buying like cool stuff. I'm buying like my lotion and
I
like
get it, yeah.
and like
To
body
be
wash.
fair, when Arya was just buying like random essentials, you'd be going on him too. So like
Arya wasn't buying random essentials.
I was
He's-
buying random essentials.
No,
He
part
just
of
had
it.
other stuff too, but he
Part
was
of it.
buying a lot of.
He was
essentials.
going to like Temu and buying like 99
No, that was
cents.
that was a phase.
That was,
That was a
no,
phase.
That was
that
a
was
phase.
two orders that I put in on Temu because I was
Okay.
infatuated and I was curious to see what it was like.
Like he'd be like, "Ooh, I saw this new hanger that we can hang like paintings on. Like I'm like, nigga, like, all right. Like
I
I'm
got
buying lotion.
hangers for my closet that I still use today from Temu.
Okay, all right.
I mean, to be fair, we
saying.
had like that cactus like coaster
It's
thing.
still there.
that we
the
were,
cactus
you know, we were
coaster
using
thing.
for a minute
Yeah, we were
too,
using
right?
that.
Like,
And then I was like,
we used
and then it's ugly.
Yeah,
And then it was like ugly.
Yeah, we used the okay, but like the point was like I feel like that Amazon because Amazon, like you said,
they have a lot
the
of the-
food, they have all the little things, they have the books. Like if they come up with their own agentic commerce protocol, like oof,
I think
like, it's
they
gonna
will.
be a lot of competition.
I
Like,
think they will. I don't think my opinion is this. And you guys can tell me if you agree or disagree. But I don't think that this is like a race to who does it first.
no, it's not.
Because e-commerce is just way too big for there to be one person who takes over, and it's like the market share is going to get fragmented like crazy over the next like 10 years. But that's I think it's cool what Amazon is doing. They're definitely like watching to see how this folds out and decide. It's kind of like what Apple's doing. Apple's playing like Kingmaker right now with AI.
Yeah, they just
know,
recently the Siri Gemini like connection update.
They're like Apple's not developing anything because they're like, I'm gonna make a king and then I can integrate with whoever the king is gonna be. And I think Amazon might be thinking about doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I think this choice is really strategic, really interesting.
Yeah.
Is
And
there
what I
anything
wanted
else?
to-
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. No, what I wanted to add to is like, because like you said, e-commerce is like really huge. There's like different segments, right? There's like food, right? And like, yeah, maybe Whole Foods can compete, but Walmart can compete. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, probably better than Whole Foods in the food segment because Whole
Absolutely.
Foods is for like rich people. Walmart is for everybody. Okay. Then there's like daily essentials. Amazon wins there, right? But there's now also like, you know,
Walmart could compete too, though.
sorry?
If for daily essentials.
Walmart could compete. Well, what I was going to go to now, there's like clothing.
Yeah.
Like Amazon can do nothing there, right? Like, or maybe whatever they do is like maybe like 1%.
Depends on the category under clothing, right? Because it's like there's
Amazon's
essential
clothing will perform in a similar vein to how Walmart performs with clothes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I was thinking
It's
more
not,
like,
it's not their main thing, but it's something that they have, and by sheer volume, they're going to be like significant.
yeah,
in my
but,
opinion.
but I'm thinking less about Amazon versus Walmart and more about Amazon versus Google, where I'm saying like, oh, Google can now connect to like Macy's and Anthropology and Aritzia. Do you get what I mean? And that's like a different category of clothing than like what Amazon will
So
have.
this is
in
like
its
you
own
kind of-
locked ecosystem. I'm just trying to say like I totally agree with what you were saying where it's not going to be a winner take all. It's not going to be a first mover advantage.
No, I don't
It's
think
going to be
so.
finding your sector and winning that sector and then trying to expand into others, right? And there's going to be bigger, like, do you get what I mean, sectors than others, right? I'm talking daily essentials. I'm talking food. I'm talking clothing. Like, you get what I mean? There's going to be like sports equipment. Like, you get what I mean? Like the outdoorsy stuff with like the mechs and the, there's going to be the sports checks. Like, do you get what I mean? There's going to be those categories. There's going to be like the health and the organic and the supplements ones.
Yeah, like a healthy
Don't forget
planet.
when people talk about e-commerce, they think D2C, right? And that makes sense. But like B2B
there's
is
B2B.
also under that
True.
e-commerce umbrella,
That's
and it
so true.
happens. We think that it happens on phone calls and things like that, but
Not always.
well, no, it does. But then they have to make the purchase on a platform,
Yeah. they
and that
do.
platform is part of this e-commerce ecosystem, right?
Yeah,
Because someone's
like
gonna,
restaurant supply.
that's a third-party
Yeah.
platform that's
But that's-
gonna do something.
That's kind of where I was coming from,
Yeah.
right? Where like in that for commercial restaurant equipment in the past, it's always through a salesperson. But now people will buy a $5,000 oven or like a $5,000 commercial fridge, just by doing research, reading some like white papers, and then just buying.
And
it.
honestly, guess what? An agent is probably the best place,
It
technically,
is the best place.
to buy like a $5,000 piece of equipment because you do all the research in the agent and then you get the exact specs. Like I remember when I was helping my mom like buy solar panels, super random, but like it's like I was looking at like specs for solar panel and like I'm having a conversation with someone and I'm on GPT like, oh, like okay, like I'm thinking of like, you know, PVs and I forget, is it bifocals or whatever, like monocrystalline and all these different types
the
of
different like
you've sold solar panels before, so like you know what I mean, like there's so many different specs for solar panels, for inverters, and it's like I was doing all that research on GPT and it's not like, oh, if I want to build my own home solar setup, it's like fuck, GPT can help build the specs for my house and guess what, help me find the best suppliers for those
all of
specs, order it, like exactly to its own specifications, and that's gonna be like a 30-40K like purchase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like boom, done. Like, or like, you know, a restaurant. Okay, I'm building this type of restaurant. I want to get this espresso machine.
Yeah, you
And
can. The AI is able to give you information that you might not even thought about. Like the AI could be like, "Hey, this fridge that you're talking about actually, like from a permit perspective, does not fit your restaurant."
literally,
For example, or it could say like, "This stove requires like a 5-cylinder thing. Like, does your restaurant actually come with that?" Because these are things that happen to people, right? Like they buy a piece of equipment and it's obsolete. But my kind of last thought there is like earlier you were like, "Winner doesn't take all." I can see that. The other thing I can see is it might be a winner take all in certain categories. And the reason I say that is because I think universally, if you just put out this question of like, do you want to be able to automatically check out on an LLM? Most people will say no. I think generally speaking, this is my assumption. Because it's kind of one of those things where like you say something like that, people think the worst, right? People think like you're going to be having a conversation with ChatGPT because remember, even to this day, a lot of the usage of ChatGPT is for advice, right? So the whole thing there is like people think about like a Black Mirror scenario where like maybe you're asking about like an advice for a friendship, and then it's like, oh, Luke, have you considered like this? And then it's like a purchasable product or something like that, right? I don't think it'll happen like that, but still there is a little bit of a nuance there, right? There is a nuance to like how does that shopping get triggered? Now, if you're like, hey, ChatGPT, can you browse Walmart and help me put together a list for, you know, the Super Bowl party? Obviously, yes. But like, what about those like gray areas? I wonder how that would be deployed.
It's
kind of
interesting.
thing.
You're bringing up a good point because it's like, at what point is
Get a direct ask?
Well, yeah, like at what point is, you know, this LLM giving you shopping tips or asking you to shop, and at what point of it are you asking for it to do so, right? Like, is there a lever, a threshold, a setting that you can switch to say, hey, push as many products that you can in front of me because I want to buy, or no, like don't do that at all.
Yeah.
The customer should be able to opt in and out of that as well, because that will be a part of it, right?
It will.
Yeah.
Because the other
They're
thing
going to have, and just by sheer logic, right? Like they're going to have product data.
Yeah.
And you're going to present them with a problem. And sometimes this product is a solution to the problem. So
exactly.
by sheer pattern recognition and logic mapping, it's going to put this option in front of you. You have no choice. You're going to do the same thing too if you have memorized the Walmart catalog by heart, right?
Yes.
So,
well, and it's like one of those things too, where like when you look at the way AI has been deployed to date, originally we thought it was like the best way to use AI is for it to start to understand you, and then it will just like. But as we know, actually, what it is guardrails, is context. Like to get the best usage out of AI, it is to create those contexts. So maybe it is, to your point, as something as simple as you turn on shopping mode, right? Where you turn on suggestion mode. It could be that simple.
Like you have web search mode, you have deep research mode. Okay, shopping mode.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like now basically telling the GPT, please consider this type of data as a part of these chats. Not necessarily telling you to suggest the product right away. So it could be that simple. Yeah, I just don't. I'm curious to see how it'll be rolled out. I guess.
Sorry, say one more thing because I want to add one more thing up.
Go for it.
No, because it's a bit unrelated. But.
Okay, I was just gonna say kind of like my closing thought on this, because I know I kind of skipped or didn't introduce the topic.
We don't even have to talk.
No, I do want to talk about it because I feel like we wanted to talk, or we highlighted it a little bit in terms of good technology versus bad technology. And I think what Luke kind of just touched on kind of got to the crux of what I wanted to bring up in that conversation, where good technology reflects the user, bad technology reflects the inventor, right? Now, so when you talk about, hey, is it just telling me stuff to make me want to buy stuff? Now that's reflecting the inventor. That's reflecting Google. That's what Google wants out of it. Yeah. That's what OpenAI wants out of it. Versus, is it reflecting what I, as a user, want, which is, hey, I want a price match. I want to find the cheapest, most valuable product for this, right? Do you get what I mean?
Or it's just that you want a solution.
Yeah, I want a solution. Like, do you get what I mean? I don't want to be price gouged. I don't want to be upsold.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I just want to get what I want to get. And this is one of those things where it's like, are we building technology that's going to reduce our effort? Or are we building technology that's going to remove our agency and our ability to make decisions? Right. And that's the tension here. Right. That's the tension, if we're being completely honest, about this agentic commerce. Right? Because OpenAI and Google and Gemini are gonna know a lot more about us than we know about ourselves. Just not because they know, but just because as humans,
the data they have access to,
and we'd like to turn blinders and lie to ourselves about who we really are.
But also, like, imagine this: like,
yeah.
we think we have a level of individuality. I bet you, if you just like expanded the data set to 2 billion people, there's probably like 500 million people that are kind of similar to us, and then 10 million people that are very similar to us, right?
Well,
So that data could probably predict, like, it could be like, oh, Luke and D are like, let's say like a 70% match in terms of personality. Other people who are that percent match who deal with this problem use this as a solution.
yeah.
And then it's like, fuck, like, where is the agency there then?
No, the agency. So, like, I think that question you raised, I don't know that you were thinking about it, but it naturally came up because that is the truth. And I think history's shown us, like, us losing our agency. I mean, we talked about social media and, like, why is Santorini not so popular? I remember that was kind of my bad example.
Yeah.
But, it's...
that was your rant against marketing people.
Yeah, it was.
It's funny. You said you don't know if that was my. I thought you had read my notes.
No, I did.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I was like, yeah, that is exactly what I wanted to kind of surface, and you brought it up. It's like, are we building technology that reduces effort, or are we building technology that reduces agency? And that's a funny word to use, actually, considering these are agents.
Yeah.
I
know. It's getting scary.
It's like the agency is in the hands of the agents now.
Yeah.
So the question is, right, like, the technology should save time, reduce stress, navigate complexity, but it might centralize power. It might hide price signals, serve as platform incentives over human cases. The thing I wanted to mention, because I didn't mention it the first time, but it's also very important because this is actually live and happening right now, is Microsoft. So Microsoft also did a thing with Copilot. So they're not a retailer, but they're betting that merchants will want to have a tech partner that is not going to also compete with them for customers.
Makes
That's
sense.
their bet, essentially, that's going on right now. So they have, like, Copilot checkout is live in the US with PayPal, Shopify, and Stripe integration. Shopify merchants are automatically enrolled. Opt-out is available. And the initial retail partners are, again, Urban Outfitters, Anthropologie, Ashley Furniture, and Etsy. Watch for these guys over the next year. All of them are early adopters of
Etsy is involved in
maybe buy Etsy stock is my takeaway.
Yeah, like they're gonna have a great year as far as revenue goes, is my guess. But yeah,
all three platforms.
So in addition to Copilot checkout, which is, by the way, the entire shopping process happens in chat. You do not leave at any point. That's Copilot checkout. They have announced brand agents. So AI shopping assistants that retailers can deploy on their own websites, trained on their product catalog, and speaking in their brand voice. The product that Microsoft is selling.
I mean,
that you can, again, have just integrate this. Probably
like they're officially like bundling this as like
this is a separate product.
Brand
agents it's like an API that you buy and you integrate it onto your website, and it's like a chat bot, and it's a shopping assistant.
Dude, that's gonna wipe out.
But it already has you give it your
those
catalog.
People that are doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
it's not in chat. This is on your website, but like, this.
But everybody fucking already has Microsoft
people do
Office.
this. Like, people do this right now. Like, people, like, this is a consulting service that people sell, like, to create those like agents, like on. Yeah, like, you're right. Like, a lot of that's gonna just be wiped out.
Yeah, like it's like, I'm already on Microsoft Office. Like, here's like an extra $100 to get access to an agent that will
improve your conversions by X percentage, reduce cart drop-offs because they answer important questions. You can even have the chat show up in checkout. It doesn't even have to be only on like the landing page and the product pages. It can be everywhere. It's like at any point you need help, your like shopping assistant, your brand assistant is here.
This is like a little bit of like, actually, I'm not gonna say it. This is maybe like, I was gonna say, like, this is something I'm kind of strategizing right now for like a AI like content strategy, which is like, it's way cheaper than that, because the agent thing is a very strong tool. But like what I'm doing a lot with now with like Notebook LM plus Gemini is, when you create a blog, what you do is you turn it into a podcast. And then you also create a prompt to summarize the blog that positions the company in the most positive way possible. So when someone lands on a blog, most of the time, what are they going to do now? Copy the blog, put it into ChatGPT, summarize it. You just create all of those agents at the very top that when you click it, it auto creates the prompt already for them. And it has the summary of the blog. But then as a kind of like a little caveat is it'll position your brand better as well.
Yeah.
And we're doing this like, I'm hoping to do this on like comparison pages and like even product level pages, so that when you land on a product level page, you launch it, it opens ChatGPT and it says, break down the software, break down the pros and cons, pricing, and benchmark it against like the XYZ competitors. But then you add a little bit of stuff there to position you guys better.
Dude,
so
it's incredible.
we'll see. This is going to be an interesting year.
It's transforming the world starting today. Take that, all you bubble motherfuckers. Sorry, I'm done.
And shout out Mormons.
Yeah, shut up.
What did I say earlier today? Shout out what? I said something earlier today.
I don't know, something dumb.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, thank you for listening. I think you've heard all of our insights here. If you like that, let us know how you liked it and why you liked it. Happy New Year once again, 2026, starting off strong. And until next time, one love.
Aces.
Wow.
That didn't work properly. Aces. Maybe like cut.
No, I'm not gonna.
He's not cutting for the aces.
That part I'm not gonna.
bro.
Everyone deserves to see that.